sweating like hell.
Hey Pio, this is Sajita. I'm really struggling with my Alocasia longifolia. As you can see, the leaves are dropping and it looks totally stressed. You're the expert on rare plants. Could you check out this video and tell me how to save it?
Well, Sajita, I don't know if I can tell you, but at least I can show you. Let's go!
Alright, Sajita, so I just arrived, and where I am in the middle of the oldest rainforest in the world, because this is in this forest that we can have a chance to find Alocasia longiloba. Alocasia longiloba is an old-time favorite of our living room. It is a beautiful plant with a heart-shaped leaf, and it's totally normal that it has become one of the favorite houseplants in the world. But to understand how to take care of this plant, we have to go to its original habitat. And this is why today I'm gonna embark on a boat and go up the river to the very, very heart of this forest, which is where Alocasia longiloba lives.
We have about 2 hours of boat before reaching the point from where we will start trekking into the jungle. So the level of the water is quite low at the moment, so it's quite tricky to navigate. Okay, so the boat just dropped us here, and we are starting the journey into the forest. So this jungle is highly protected. The Malaysian government doesn't allow me to travel alone in this forest, and so I'm not alone. I am with Joe, who's gonna be the guide for these 2 days. So to find Alocasia, whoa, this is Phylagatis. Nice plant. So guys, to find Alocasia longiloba, we have to travel very deep into the forest in order to find the very wild Alocasia longiloba. So this is why we have a lot of heavy equipment, because we will have to spend a night into the forest in order to reach the point where we believe we will find Alocasia longiloba. Okay, Joe.
Yeah.
Can you tell us maybe what type of animal is there in this forest?
We have a lot animal, like a white elephant, tiger, bosgaurus, wild dog,
Wild dog?
yeah, wild pig, bucking deer, and many things. Yeah.
Any dangerous animals, like venomous animals or
The very dangerous is a tiger.
Most
Also the wild elephant. If you come to the forest and that time you speak aloud about that one, the wild is hear what you said, so they can come and destroy everything.
Oh.
I remember 5 years ago, one of my friends, they do a 7 days hiking. First night, one big elephant come to the campsite. Then they throw everything, and that people will stay in the river from 12 midnight until 7 tomorrow morning. stay in the river. And early morning, the wild elephant cross in front of them. But no food, no tent, no mobile food anymore because they do destroy everything.
Is there any snakes or
Yes,
spiders?
yes, we have snake. In Malaysia, totally we have 200 species of snake. 6 of them like killing, spitting. The most danger is cobra. Cobra, black spitting cobra.
Yes.
Yeah.
So a lot of things can kill us in this jungle, so let's be careful. So this forest is really pristine. I can see there are a lot of different types of plants. So a lot of biodiversity. It's really rare to find a forest which is this preserved and rich. So Sajita, I say this is a pretty good sign on our quest for Alocasia longiloba. What is the name of this bird?
Gibbon. Siamang. Siamang.
So what you hear behind me, those are actually monkeys. Ayo, this forest is so noisy. So we stumbled upon a camera trap in order to monitor the wildlife in the forest. And so it's pretty... shut up! I'm trying to explain something here. Sorry. So, yeah. So this camera trap is placed here in order to take pictures of tapir or elephants, maybe tigers sometimes. So we just left the main track and we are now taking a smaller track in order to really go into the wildest part of the forest. Can you feel the rush of adventure? It's intoxicating. It's like a little bit of electricity on the tongue. I live for that. So if I'm not mistaken, this is Phylagatis rotundifolia. And you see the leaves are metallic, shining, almost iridescent. Beautiful plant from the Melastomataceae family.
1, 2, 3, here.
So what is this?
Bear.
The bear.
They will climb up to collect pure honey from the top.
So over here we have some marks made from a bear which was climbing the tree, because all the way up there is some bee nest with honey. And of course here you have noticed this beautiful Rhaphidophora cortalesiae. So I don't know if you can see on my face, guys, but this trek is grueling. Joe is okay, but for me, for my European body, the heat and humidity is a real challenge. This is the real deal, guys. This jungle is no joke at all. Guys, look what I've just found. A cane begonia. I'm not exactly sure which species, but 100% Malaysian begonia. So I am at the foot of a cliff And I see that this limestone is covered with begonia, although I don't have any idea which species that would be. Small one. So this is where we're gonna make camp for tonight. We have been walking about 2 hours in the forest, so now we are extremely deep in this forest. And we have to make camp before the night comes. And we are not very far from a river also, in order to have some water for the cooking tonight. So this is our camp, and Joe is making the fire. This is a local technique to make fire with a candle. It works pretty well. So I will show you my room for tonight. So I installed the hammock, and with the rain fly, I took a pretty big rain fly this time, because when it's raining in the forest, it can be very intense. So I don't want to get wet. And since we are home, I brought my Crocs, so I will be able to remove my walking shoes and put on my home shoes. And it is the good time to check for some leeches. As you can see, there is one here which has been feeding on me. So get out of here. Get the fuck out of my leg. Do you feel me? There. So you can see it, the mark where it has bitten me. Oh, there is another one here. Up. So, fun fact of the day, did you know that when the leech has eaten, then it doesn't need to eat for another 3 to 6 months. Incredible, right? And all the bees are attracted by my sweat, so they are not stinging me at the moment. They are just drinking the sweat on my body. And they must be very happy because there is a lot. Look at this. I have become the bee man. Forest bees. Very, very small. When the leech bites you, it also injects an anticoagulant so that it will be able then to drink your blood easily. So when you remove the leeches, then it's gonna be bloody for a little bit. You're gonna be bleeding for a little bit, but after 5 to 10 minutes, then it stops. And although the leeches are pretty disgusting looking, it's good to know that it's one of the cleanest parasites, so they don't give you any disease like mosquitoes, for example. So if you get bitten by a leech, it's not fun, but at least you know that you will not get any disease. Sure, the elephant will not come and step.
No. That's why I don't speak a lot about that one, you know.
It's nice to have coffee after a long walk.
Yeah.
So I really have no idea of the species of this begonia, but very interesting looking one. And colonizing the limestone. It's everywhere on the lower part of this limestone. And you can see quite a big colony with some flowers over there, here, and some fruits. So that's a fruit which is not ripe yet. There's a male flower here. Another fruit. You see how it's attached to the rock. There's a fruit which is ready to harvest here. So before it gets too dark, I think I will wash myself because I've been sweating a lot and it was a nightmare today. Oh my god. This shirt is like if I was under a shower. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, can I have a little bit of privacy here, please?
Chicken curry, vegetable soup, and rice over here. Rice over here.
That's gonna be very nice.
Yeah.
Good soup.
Good.
Yeah. So today is a special day. It's actually my birthday. And Joe has prepared a banana bread cake for my birthday. Thanks a lot.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Peter. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's nice.
Alright, my couch explorers, so this is the end of day one. I'm in the hammock and I'm ready to sleep. It's been a very long and tiring day, and it's extremely hot in the hammock, so I don't know how I'm gonna sleep. But hopefully tomorrow we're gonna find Alocasia longiloba. So time to have a good night rest, and see you tomorrow. Oh no, my crops are all wet. This is not called the rainforest for no reason. So it is the morning. It's time to wake up. It's been raining all night, but despite the rain, I had a pretty good night, and the rainfly did a pretty good job at keeping me dry. So now I'm gonna get up and have breakfast. So this is all the bleeding due to the leeches. It's very hard to wake up. Everything is wet here. So it's really nice to be next to the fire, get a bit of warmth. Although yesterday night was very hot, but then with the night and the rain during the night, it's pretty chill this morning, and it feels good to have fire in the morning to just get warm and a little bit dry. And the forest is very quiet in the morning, very peaceful time. So Joe is now making roti bakar.
Roti bakar.
So
Bakar roti.
so it's a grill toast with kaya, which is a coconut jam on top, and it's a traditional Malaysian breakfast that you can find everywhere in Malaysia as well as in Singapore, and you usually eat that with kopi,
With the coffee.
in the morning. Very nice. This will be perfect after a very rainy night. It's not really the jungle anymore, it's a 5-star hotel. Can you make soft boy egg?
Oh.
We need to catch some eggs first. I hear a lot of birds, there must be some eggs. Oh! It's starting to bakar. Ooh, look at this amazing color. I'm sure that you're getting hungry by watching that. Well, if you want the same, you know what to do. You have to go and come here in the jungle. This is where the roti bakar tastes the best.
Yes. Cook with the firewood.
Firewood roti bakar. This is the best roti bakar. So good.
So good, huh?
Yeah. So who says it's cannot be comfortable into the jungle?
Yeah.
See? I'm joking. The rain fly of Joe was too small, so it was raining during the night and everything is wet. And his hammock is totally wet, so it was not a very fun night for him, unfortunately. Of course, what goes well with roti bakar is kopi. Kopi with flies. It's the little bonus from the jungle.
Medicine.
Extra protein for the morning. Forget about granola. What you need to eat in the morning is flies in your kopi. I'm getting swarmed by bees. They are all on the sweat of our clothes.
Yeah.
But I have an explanation for that. Is because we smell like flowers. But unlike yesterday, the bees this morning are bigger kind of bees. But so far they don't seem aggressive. They look like more interested by the sweat which is on our clothes and on our bodies. A lot of them though. Go away! So nobody came here for a very long time, so we have to open the pass with the machete.
footprint of the boss gaurus. We call Seladang.
It's a cow.
Yeah, Brazil, red flag. Red Bull.
Oh, Red Bull.
Ah, this one, big one.
Look at the size of this tree. So this really tells you that we are really in the heart of the forest. This is where you can find some huge trees like this. Look at this.
Big one.
This is an elephant dump. There is all over the cave here. And we can see the footstep of the elephants everywhere. All this.
This is a big one.
Oh yes.
Big footprint over here.
It's very incredible how they come to get shelter in those caves. So I don't see any Alocasia longiloba so far, but I will continue looking. Very nice plants though, everywhere. Mosquitoes everywhere. Right between the eyes. So this place is really off the beaten track, totally empty, and those huge caves in the middle of the forest really feels kind of mystical. Really a very strange vibe here. What do you think, guys? Which one would survive the longest? A penguin in the desert or a boulet in the jungle? Let me know in the comments. So Joe is very angry about the wet night he has spent, so he's putting his anger on this poor liana. No, I'm joking.
Go down.
He is showing how to get water from this liana. Look at this. Water is flowing. And it's perfectly drinkable water. So if you're lost in the jungle without water, you can cut the liana and drink the water.
Find the tree thing. How it taste?
A little bit like green tea. No, the water is perfectly fine to drink, don't worry. Whoa, it's a big leech here. Come on, get out of my leg, you bloody sucker! Literally. See what I did here? Bloody sucker. So no more bridge, let's go. No choice. Yeah, when you travel to the jungle, expect to be wet.
I don't know this footprint belong to which one animal, black panther or white tiger. This one.
White tiger?
White tiger, Malayan tiger,
A white tiger.
and or black panther.
Oh. So I'm not so sure about it, but this plant look a bit to me like the bat lily. I'm not so sure because I don't see the very characteristic flowers, which look a little bit like a black bat. This is why it gets this name. But the leaves look very similar to it. So unfortunately here only leaves, no flower, but maybe one day I'll find one with a flower and show you. It's a very, very beautiful and original plant. Sardoka are coming. Run, go ahead. Young Master Paul, you go ahead first. I stay here. So, cannot find any Alocasia longiloba. So it's time I use my special technique to find this plant, to smell. I smell the plant. No, I'm joking, guys. I don't have a smell like this, unfortunately, so just have to keep my eyes open and pray for good luck. So Alocasia longiloba is an understory plant that lives on the very floor of the forest. So sometimes I have to look up for the plant, but this time I'm looking right at my feet, which is actually quite convenient to see where I'm going, because there's a lot of branch and obstacle on the path. I'm exhausted. I'm done. Sajita, why you even want to grow this plant? Find another one that is easier to find. Yeah, that would be better. No, I'm kidding, Sajita. You're perfectly right to try to grow this plant. It is an absolutely marvelous plant. And I promise I won't let you down. Even though it's very hard, I will try my best to find this plant and show you how it grows. Let's go! So I've been walking for 2 days and still no sign of Alocasia longiloba. Don't want to sound pessimistic, my couch explorers, but starting to have some doubts. Damn, the size of it. Wow. It's very angry now.
Yeah. Here, see, stinging here.
Oh, I can feel the leeches sucking my blood from my legs at the moment, and probably also from my back. Oh, I have an idea. I'm gonna stop in the botanical garden in Kuala Lumpur on the way back and film the plant and pretend that I found it in the forest. It will make my life much easier and they wouldn't make the difference anyway. No guys, nothing like that on this channel. You know, if we don't find the plant, we don't find the plant. But there is no lying here. Wait, am I dreaming? Let's check it out. No, not dreaming. Sajita, this is it. It's a small one, but this is Alocasia longiloba, the wild version. You see the very characteristic leaves in a spade shape with dark green leaves and contrasting silver veins. Absolutely beautiful plant with a very contrasted stem.
to understand the living habitat of Alocasia longiloba. You can see it lives at the very bottom of the jungle in a very heavy darkness, where it's completely shielded by the heavy canopy, where it's constantly hot and suffocating in very heavy humidity. So if you look at the substrate, it's composed of many layers of rotting leaves and chunks of wood. So to reproduce that at home, I recommend using a very aerated substrate, such as arrowhead mix, for example. A beautiful Alocasia, and it's absolutely normal that it has become an icon of our living rooms. So Sajita, mission accomplished. I told you I won't let you down. Alright Sajita, so now you are also an expert of Alocasia longiloba. As for the rest of you guys, if you also are struggling with a houseplant, or you have a friend who is also struggling with a houseplant, well, just send me a video message and maybe I will go in the jungle and try to find it. So that's it for me guys, my mission here is over. Now it's time for me to get back to the village, have a good shower and a good rest. I really need it. That's it for me. Like always, stay hot and stay moist. Whew. I'm out. My couch explorers, look at this. I'm a mess right now. I'm a mess. Sweating like hell.
Married already.
Married? Are we talking about the same guy? Very small.
What's his name?
Abok, very small.
Yeah, this why I was saying last year. Lalapai.
So I just had a shower and I can tell you it was one of the best shower in my life. You know, earlier when we came back from the forest, at some point we stopped on the river and discussed with a guy. Actually, I just wanted to ask some information about someone that I know here, that I met 14 years ago when I came for the first time in this forest. And this guy brought us in the forest and then to his village where we spent the night. So, but anyway, this is not the point. The point is, I don't know if you noticed, the footage was not very good because I didn't want to film the guy right in his face, which would not have been very polite, I guess. But I don't know if you notice, the guy looked like people from Africa. Well, this is not entirely a coincidence. Well, this guy come from a group which we call the Semang Negrito group, and the Malay people, they call them the Orang Asli, which means original people. But themselves, they prefer to call themselves the Batek, which means people from the forest. Well, actually, those people are part of the first Homo sapiens migration wave coming out of Africa about 60 to 50,000 years ago. And they were hunter-gatherers, and they were moving along the coast of India all the way to what is now Southeast Asia. And eventually they settled in the deep forest here. At that time when they arrived 50,000 years ago, the place was very different. Actually, you could walk from Sumatra to the Malaysian peninsula, and as well as you could walk to Borneo as well. And after that, you know, the end of the glass age, and then the level
of the sea rose, and those three land masses became separated. And about 4,000 years ago, new people arrived, new groups of people. They were agriculture people, and those were the Proto-Malay. And the Batek had to retreat deeper and deeper into the jungle and maintain their nomadic lifestyle, very connected with the forest. So the Batek used to be a big number of people in the past, but now there are maybe 1,500 people maximum something. And they are very, very rapidly losing their nomadic lifestyle. And I recently heard that one of the village also converted to Islam recently, although traditionally they were animist. And so I met them 14 years ago, spent a night with them. It was absolutely an amazing memory for me. And it's quite incredible to think that they've been in this forest for 50,000 years. And actually, I just hope that they will still be there 30 years from now. So.
Wait a minute, Pierre. So not only you know about botanic, but also you know about ethnology? Yeah, guys, what can I say? I'm sort of a genius. That's it. No, guys. It's just that when I was a kid, I didn't have many friends back then, so I was watching a lot of documentaries. That's why. And also, I wanted to show you something. Look at this. So when I was taking the shower just now, I noticed that there was a leech in my back, and then I came back and lie on the bed and I made a mess. So I better leave very early tomorrow.